Tomorrow, in fact, is the shopping bonanza that is Black Friday. Nearly £8 billion was spent online across last year's Black Friday sales, and similar sums are predicted to be spent this year. But there are concerns that the extra pressure to buy at this time of year is leading to more people turning to loan sharks to cover the bills. Our Consumer Affairs correspondent, Coletta Smith, has been investigating.
It can happen anywhere. It can happen in people's houses, it can happen on the doorstep, it could happen at school gates, it could happen in the workplace.
Kath is helping victims every day. Those who've turned to a loan shark for cash when they felt they didn't have an alternative.
Mainly it's, oh, I've heard that Brian can help me out because I'm a bit short, or my friend Julie uses this guy to get money from and I've heard he's okay, I'll go and borrow from there as well. And it's a friend of a friend, it's I'll help you out, it's don't worry about it, pay me back whenever, at the point at which they borrow.
And recently there's been a shift in who's needing the cash.
Last year we had over 50% of the people we helped were in work. We've hit the highest number of homeowners we've ever seen. The people who borrow from loan sharks is definitely getting more varied.
So now there's a move to try and stop people getting into debt before we even reach Christmas.
This is going to be the web of wonder.
Here in Bradford, they're taking a stand against Black Friday and organising a Buy Nowt Friday instead. Free crafts and handmade gifts. They're hoping for up to 300 people through the doors, getting advice on avoiding debt and spending less.
The starting gun to Christmas has been brought back earlier. They feel the pressure from the children, they feel the pressure from society to spend that money early, and by doing so it's just not leaving that money available for later.
Obviously you're encouraging people to be saving here.
Yeah, definitely.
Alana has already started to see people struggling to pay their bills.
They're borrowing from loan sharks, they're borrowing from other people, sometimes they're not paying some of the priority bills just to be able to afford Christmas presents for the children.
And Black Friday as well, it feels like an extra temptation.
It does, yeah. Black Friday, when you've got things on offer, £20–30 cheaper, and you might buy one thing, but then you can be buying other things adding into that basket.
Avoiding that temptation is hard, but those who turn to illegal loans find themselves trapped. Kath will never forget one woman who paid off her debt, but kept paying when the loan shark made the worst threat.
He'd actually picked up her teenage daughters from school and walked them home. And he was nice as pie to them. He bought them ice cream on the way home. But for her, that image of him standing there with the two teenage daughters was, this is what I could do if I chose to. And she carried on paying him for another 4 years.
As advertisers go into overdrive in the ramp up to Black Friday, saying no to a loan is becoming increasingly hard. Coletta Smith, BBC News in Bradford.